Yo, what up, everybody?
We need new intro music.
Yeah, you got to find some that don't violate YouTube guidelines.
That one doesn't, but like it's
No,
just
that one doesn't.
it doesn't hit right though, right? Like
It
it
doesn't.
doesn't feel the same.
Nope, not at all. Hey, Amberlynn. Hey, Jason.
Hey,
Michigan JRO.
everybody.
Christina.
Excuse me, I'm just trying to turn
Megan.
my
How we doing, everybody? So what's going on in your neck of the woods there?
no
Huh?
Pablo tonight.
Yeah.
We're gonna have Pablo on next Tuesday though. Don't you fret. There's like this really weird narrative being spun that like me and you are going to like positivity TikTok now.
What's positivity TikTok?
I don't know, but I feel like there's like this illusion because like we're chilling right now that like we're gonna come back and just be like positivity club, and I'm like, oh, that's funny.
I'm just chilling until things calm down. In all honesty, I
Pickle
mean,
beer.
and we should all like, in all honesty, everybody should take a step back and just
Yeah,
breathe.
for a couple days,
And I get like some people can't, and some people can, but
and
man,
that's fine. That
yeah,
I'm still enjoying the content that's being made by others. So like, by no means necessary do you need to join us on our chill.
no, and I'm enjoying the content I'm making.
Yeah,
Pickle beer,
pickle beer. I did. I made my husband
yeah.
go.
Jason season finale, Texas red flag. What up?
Yeah, that's next week. Sorry, guys. I just didn't think. I don't know. I didn't think it was appropriate right now. Like we can get back to it next week. You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
I like that we just kind of took a little bit of like a chill fast. I'm excited for the lip sync battle though.
watch that lip sync battle. That's right. It's gonna be
Except for
fun.
that, now I'm being informed that you're a judge, so I just don't think this is going to be done fair. And
There's 4 judges,
yeah, it's true.
so how would it not be fair? Plus, it's not guys versus girls.
Yeah, how is this going? I'm so confusion
They're
on like
doing like a raffle in like a week or two.
and that's going to be on full send when we pull the names out, right?
Yeah,
See,
and
like
then
the
that tells you for what
March
team.
Madness, isn't it?
Yeah, and then they'll bracket it. And Team Pony. I'm too chicken to do a lip sync battle.
Yeah, Megan, it'll be fun. I think that
I'm
we're
telling you, like the only thing that intimidates me, like the lip syncing thing, ain't the bug deal. But like at first, they asked if I wanted a lip sync, and I was like, and then I started thinking about the previous lip sync battle, and I was like, man, they went all out for that. They did costumes and
Yep.
effects and editing and shit. I don't know how to do none of that stuff on old TikTok.
Oh, I just upgraded my editing software today. I just
See, like that's what I'm talking about. So I was like, so Pony texted me. He's like, "Hey, do you want to participate?" Or I said, "Bro, like, I don't stand a chance. I already know." I was like, "I'll just judge." He's like, "That's what I thought."
Oh, that's okay, Danny. Spam away. I barely
But
check it anyways.
I'm telling you, any of you guys that are participating, be prepared because last time everybody went freaking all
It was
out.
a lot of fun. That my only regret about last time is that like because I went down to Ohio. I was at Catro's house when we did the last one, and me and her were like so
That's
excited,
right.
and we were so excited to do it that we forgot to lip sync. Me and Katro both did not lip sync. We just like danced around to a song. I was in a
I don't
kitchen
know if Charles is participating. I don't know who all the participants are. There's what 64 or something like that.
62, I think, is what they needed to have the cutout. And Angie was saying that they did it the
Look,
first
I'm
day.
being blackmailed.
See that maybe it's not as easy to be a judge.
Uh-oh, look at there, Papa Burrito.
Yeah, we were just talking about you. This is like one of my new like awesome human being though, too. And like I have an idea for a show that I want to do where we try to get like a bunch of them on because we get a lot of shit for like the good trolls from
And
particular people.
it
Um
is weird.
It is weird, but I think it would be cool to have have a few of them on, even if they don't want to do the camera, to kind of try to understand why they do what they do. I mean, that's what we did with Donish too. Is like I want
Yeah.
to know why. You know what I mean? Like why what's your goal here? Like, why do you stay anonymous? And I mean, I already know because
Well, I in all honesty, when you see what goes on TikTok in particular, I
yeah,
can see why people want to remain anonymous as possible.
yeah, I can too. But then at the same time, like me and you were having the conversation of like my biggest fear from with joining social media happened. You know what I mean? Like my all of my biggest fears happened in the same 48-hour span of time.
Right.
Everything that I was always scared of. But then once it happened, I was kind of like, I'm good now. Like, what else could you possibly do
Yeah,
to,
because they can't take away your birthday.
huh?
They can't take away your birthday. So what else are they gonna do?
No idea.
Like
Yeah, I mean, like I've had just about
sue
everything.
me?
Great, what do you do, sue me? Well, and that's already been done too. Like not sued, but like I've had to go to real life court over TikTok.
Right.
You know, I'm a part
Yeah.
of that.
That's why like it's like when they say never mind. But yeah, I don't want to get into it.
There's a way to talk about things without talking about things. You know
Right.
what I
And
mean?
I would have gotten too specific.
People have been asking, like, well, why are you guys private? Like, why did you guys go private? And for me, at least, like when we were talking about it, like I used to do that a lot on my main account where like I would go private from 6 o'clock at night until 6 o'clock in the morning. And it was easier for me to focus on the people that were truly there for my content and not people that were there just to make me feel like shit about myself.
Right.
Because the more that you take on like that kind of thing, and those are kind of the people that we are, to where like, yes, we do have regular content, but at the same time, like I will go back and forth with somebody as well. And I have no problem doing that. Um, and I'm quite capable of handling it in every way, shape, or form, mentally and physically. But
I mean,
it,
this is the first time that I've ever gone private.
and how
I've
do you
never
feel
gone
about
private before.
it? No,
And
Jennifer, we decided that with everything that's going on right now, we talked about it when we first started. If you weren't in here, um, we're gonna wait until next week, just with what's gone on over the app. I didn't think it was appropriate right this second, but we are gonna have them on next Tuesday. So just postponed for a week.
but I did it. I went private because I was my hope was if I went private, it'll help tone things down,
Yeah.
calm down the rhetoric on both sides,
Mhm.
um, and try to just bring down the overall tone of the app. Is the only reason why I did it. I felt it was the right thing to do, so I did it.
Like the back and forth content never bothers me. It's the line, right? Like, and I'm not saying that like I've done everything beautifully every single time and that I've never, done something that like I regretted afterwards. But I feel like we got into it was just going to keep building and getting worse and getting worse and getting worse. And we were already in this situation where, it was getting a skosh dangerous.
Yeah,
With like full addresses being put out there and children and the rest of it. So for me, it was all right. Well, if I go private for a little bit, things will cool off, and then like when I come back, if it wants to start back up again, it at least won't be as serious. It won't be as scary because I feel bad that I can't keep track of everybody. And then we have the situation happen, and then we had another situation happen this week where somebody was right there, and those people kind of slip through the
and
cracks.
they're connected too, mind you.
Yeah. And then people slip through the cracks, and then you can't keep track of your people. And I got a little selfish with it where I was just being upset because of what was being done to me. And I wasn't being mindful of people around me and how it was going to affect them as much as what I should have been. Like I was in the beginning. Like when it was funny, it was fine.
Right.
Back and forth, funny, slam, roast content is
Yeah,
fine.
absolutely.
But then you get to this like level and everyone kind of starts acting bleh, and it's like, yeah, and Voldemort's gonna poke because Voldemort's gonna Voldemort, but like you can't, yeah, you can't change how people are. But what you can do is like avoid getting them so riled up that I just don't want them to do that to somebody else that can't handle it, or that gets really, really scared. And so it's just better to have it cool off for a little bit.
Yeah.
Plus, and I'm only going to say this once, it's low key funny to watch how much it upsets people when you do go private. Like, I don't get why anybody cares.
Yeah. No, had I known that trick a long time ago, I would have done it because,
Right? My kid getting posted on the damn
well,
internet.
if they knew me, they know my game,
Well,
and so
now that
in a
you're here,
controversial post, I always turn comments off at some point
yeah.
to
Oh yeah.
trigger. Yeah, I mean, it is to trigger, and so I turned off comments before I went private, and and next thing you know, everybody's making videos about me turning comments off. I'm like, that's why I did it. Like,
I turned them off on mine just because I didn't want to watch it. You know what I mean? Like, especially on those posts. And then I kept my eye on the one to make sure that like nothing negative was left, and did like keywords for that post for sure. This is Black Brewery Joe Pickle beer. It's pickled flavored beer, and I highly recommend it.
exactly, U.S. Constitution. That's exactly what
And
I said to
I
Kat.
did too, but like you
Well, I
can't.
left mine on for a long time, and is what it became into those comment sections was just an argument of who's right, who's wrong, and it wasn't doing anything. So it was like, you know what? No, he won't.
But the best way to deal with
Grandma,
that
you're right.
is to know that like if somebody like that is triggered to the point where they start getting dangerous, it's like, and I'll fully admit that we should have pulled back probably about a week ago and
Yeah,
didn't.
yeah,
Um,
I'll definitely. That's why I'm doing it now.
yeah, when things were getting escalated. So like if you ever see somebody that acts like that and is really out of hand like that, the best thing that you can do is just take that step back. And it doesn't have to be permanent.
Natalie wants
So
her $20.
$20 to follow. Okay. Well, because you were trying to work things out. You didn't like it? Come on. But did you try Black Brewery pickle beer? I wonder if it's different than regular pickle beer.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is like really light, super duper light.
It's like a 73.
You know what it reminds me of is like, you know how when you go out to lunch in the summer and you have like that perfect sandwich with that big dill pickle and like a beer, and you're like, I was
Yes.
eating it and it's just great. That's what the whole beer tastes like.
More pickle then?
No, it's a really light. It's really, really light pickle. It's not like a heavy. You'll try it. It's our current addiction, and we've got like growlers full of it.
Oh, look.
That's not enough.
That's not $20.
Follow you. Sorry.
We're booting you. We're booting the wrench. You only gave $1.
Wrench.
The wrench is going away.
We don't accept partial payments on rent, Natalie. I'm gonna need you. We should have just sent Natalie a link for tonight.
Natalie, do you want to come on?
You want to come in, Nat? Do you want to come on the show, Nat?
Natalie, do you want to come on?
I'll send you a link. Well, Tex will have to send you. Will you get me another one? Can I have another one? Do you think two's okay? So, Google robots are self-aware, Tex, and I think that we should talk about that. I know that you don't want to talk about that, but it is in official news. It's not in conspiracy theory news. It's in official news. So does that count?
No.
Huh?
But go ahead and talk about it.
What are you doing?
Getting the link ready in case Natalie wants to come on.
She said, I'm good. I'm just going to gift you from here to piss Tex off.
Oh.
She just wants to send gifts because she knows that you don't like it. So I feel like now is the time that you can talk about.
Listen, if you're going to send gifts, it's $20 or more.
No, she's going to send them in 99-cent increments to be a jerk. So that it's just like.
So now that it's official news, how do I feel about it?
Yeah, like serious. Like in all honesty, like that doesn't. Thank you. Look at that. Oh, I can't show you him. No, he doesn't show up. I don't know how to do my webcam like that. My husband was pouring me beer. He was bringing me beer.
Oh
Like, have you read anything about it? Are you even like a little bit interested in it?
no.
It doesn't give you the heebie-jeebies. It doesn't concern you. It doesn't. You don't feel any type of way about the fact that Google announced that they have
I feel
sentient
like I feel like
robots.
we should start watching a lot of. Maybe I missed out on Hollywood. Maybe I underscored Hollywood.
Well, like a lot of people think that like Hollywood has like a playbook essentially that they know more than we do. So
Because
that's
what was that one with Will Smith and the robots?
iRobot. We just like it's so weird because it was on the other day and me and the kids just watched it the other day and then that Google thing came out. Jesus, Natalie. That Google thing came out like 2 days after I watched it again. But like you don't think like I just don't understand how that's not interesting to you. That a robot is now self-aware and is afraid.
Uh, I guess because I'm not shocked.
But it has like feelings. Like how does that happen?
Well, doesn't Alexa and them have feelings?
That is the playbook for all of 2020. Like going in, like is Black Mirror, which is a television. It's on
Oh,
Netflix.
speaking of the playbook, did you see
That's
Joe
a
Biden today?
oh god. I'd rather talk about self-aware robots. But speaking of self-aware robots, what did Joe Biden do?
All right, let's play it. Hopefully, you can hear it.
I don't wanna.
Here, we do need more money, but we don't just need more money for vaccines for children eventually. We need more money to plan for the second pandemic. There's going to be another pandemic. We have to think ahead. And that's not something the last outfit did very well. That's something we've been doing fairly well. That's why we need the money. Thank you.
That's like a pandemic. Are we even officially out the first?
Aren't we still technically in a pandemic?
I think we are.
Pandemic? What is it going to be? Is it monkeypox? Is monkeypox the next pandemic?
It could be.
Or is it going to be? But that scares me though because of what Aunt sent us the other day.
I forget what he sent us.
It was that video with that. Did he send it to just me and you?
Natalie, you're $20 short of $20.
Did I send $20 yet? It was this one.
I will be fucking morning. I will be very brief. There are three very important things I am going to talk about. This message is for all the freedom fighters. Listen, if you think you are going to be the next Samuel Adam, Gandhi, fucking Nelson Mandela, you are living in a fucking illusion. If you are expecting the system to hold criminals accountable for the crimes the system asks them to do, you are living in a fucking illusion, okay? There is no justice in this world, and don't waste fucking breath. Second, in the past 6 months alone, they burned down over 24 food facilities in the States. Many of them are food factories, cow farms, and chicken farms that produce over 3 fucking eggs a day. They are creating food shortages intentionally to break you fuck down and put you on your knees so you can beg the government for help. Number three, if you live in the States, Canada, Australia, or Europe, you still have your chance. You have 3 months till the end of August to get fuck out of there. Whether you have to sell your house, to sell your car, and to sell whatever the fuck you have. Get out of there before it's too late. Listen, the next plan Kemek or plan what the fuck it's called is going to be way worse than the past one. Get ready. It's going to hit the fan by end of August. Peace.
Now, there's a lot of things that I have problems with that video, obviously. Because first, we're going to lead it with if you think you're going to be the next Nelson Mandela or Gandhi, you're wrong. Well, first
Can
of
you
all,
tell Natalie to stop it, please?
Natalie, stop. Or we can't turn gifting off. I'm going to block you. $20 was enough. Thank you very much. I will continue to pretend to be your friend for clout. Please stop sending money. So like I have a big problem with how he started it off, obviously, because you don't know who's going to be the next anything. Nobody knows what it's going to what somebody is going to go through or experience or do to stand up to lead. So nobody knows that. So I hate
Right.
it. But like he's in there saying that like this thing's going to hit by August, and we do have that happening. We do have a lot of our like food sources that are being burned down, or big sloughs of cattle farms that are being, you know, heat stroked and all the rest of it. So like it is semi concerning to not be like nervous about it, but at the same time, like this is where a lot of like, and I hate to say it because these are my people, but this is where like a lot of conspiracy theorists are going to start scaring people, and they're going to start using this like fear tactic thing.
Yeah.
Nobody knows what's going to happen, and nobody can predict the future. So even if they did try to do it, but like it scares me because it just like I don't want this to happen here. I don't want us to become a Cuba. I don't want it to be where we're pushed and pushed and pushed to depend on the government and go running to them, because that is the overall like idea that you have virtual sex so you don't shut the fuck up. That
Tell me
makes
that.
not much
Tell me
sense.
is that a joke?
Us to wear no, doctor. It wouldn't surprise me. Dr. Fauci told us to wear masks while we were having sex.
He did?
Yes. At one point, that was a thing, was to wear masks while you were being intimate. Because, like, you know, the below the waist, that ain't going to get COVID. It's only when you kiss do you get COVID. Yeah, it's not a joke. But then the monkeypox thing makes me really unsettled, because I really feel like they're targeting the gay community with this by saying what they're saying about it. Put condoms on your bathrooms. Hey. I hope you can't hear that, can you? Like the ruckus that is happening behind me.
No.
My cat found like a box, like an opening in a box, so she's in there. Yeah, and didn't that one remind you guys of that Yellowstone episode? Speaking of like Hollywood having playbooks. Do you remember that episode of Yellowstone? Yep. They came in and they dropped all of the stuff, and then that happened. Like,
hey, it's a TV show I watched.
I stopped watching it. I was really into it for a couple of seasons, and then Cody doesn't like it when I watch shows without him, but then Cody hates watching TV. So I have to wait weeks before I can watch an episode, and I'm a binge watcher. Otherwise, I lose interest. Like right now, I'm watching some like weird ass cult documentary. I'm very into cults.
Why?
I find it interesting. Like I think it's super dangerous, but I also think it's good to be like educated about it. Because like during these kind of times of what we're experiencing here, like cults are going to be in the uptick. I guarantee you that before all this is over, there's like a big cult that gets exposed.
Kat, are we in a cult?
What, me and you?
Yeah.
No.
No.
I mean, but at the same time, would we know if we were in a cult?
I don't know, dude. You're the one watching the documentaries.
You don't really know when you're in a cult, but at the same time, like we're not giving up anything for that. We're not like, so no, I don't think we're in a cult. Amber, stop. Just because you guys sold your soul to be friends with me does not mean that you're in a cult. But no, cults are super fascinating because they like the way that they work essentially is to like, you find a bunch of broken people, right? You find people
Right.
upset, and cults work a lot like multi-level marketing or any other like get rich scheme or anything else. Like you prey on people who are afraid. You prey on people who are hopeless, and you give them a little bit of hope, and you reel them in, and you make everything wonderful and beautiful. And it's like amazing for a while. And then it starts getting weird. But because you've already become addicted to this like acceptance and this family and this community, like you
Kat,
wind
you're
up.
not the Messiah?
No. Yeah, like
It's not what you told me.
what, that I was a Messiah?
Yeah.
When in God's name has that ever come out of me?
You told me that to be friends with you. That you were the Messiah, and I got to follow everything you say.
Didn't I also tell you though that if you talked about it like in a public forum that you were no longer? Well, yes, she was. And actually, girly girl, I need your Instagram because I'm bringing back Kat's Corner, and I hate to do this. I hate to plug my own show, but I'm bringing back Kat's Corner in August, and I want you on as a guest so bad. It's unreal. Because I follow her on Instagram. Kay, can you throw up your or not Instagram, TikTok? Can you throw up your TikTok handle? She was actually born and raised in a cult, and she talks about it a lot on her TikTok. And I do find them interesting because the more that you know about them, the more that you can stay away from them and you can see warning signs when it's happening. But there's a TikTok creator that's quite literally started a cult. And I didn't see it coming from a mile away. So there's a bigger creator, and her name is Teal Swan, right? And she does like a whole bunch. Here's her handle, you guys. Go and follow her. She's got very interesting content. But so she's on TikTok, and her name's Teal Swan. And I found her when I first started getting like really sick a couple of years, like when I first started TikTok, and I kind of found like the spiritual journey side of TikTok, right? Which is great. Like I love spiritual journeys. I'm all for spiritual journeys if they're done correctly. But I loved her, and I would listen to her every morning, and she made me feel like so important and so seen. And I never even talked to her. Like I was fascinated by her. And then the other day I was laying in bed and I came across a documentary that was about her, and I watched it, and I'm like, whew, that was a close one. That bitch could have gotten me to join that call. Like that, because she's just very charismatic. And yes, which I am also a part of. I did hear.
What?
So the Good Trolls are a terrorist organization, is what they have been accused of. And since we, talk to them and we like them, we are also a part of a terrorist organization. Oh, wow. It is. I don't know. They're fascinating to me. Did you know? I almost became a Scientologist.
Wait, what?
Me too. Yeah. So I was in Chicago with one of my girlfriends, and we were just there for a trip, and we were walking around, and there were these people who were offering like free personality tests, right? So it was like you go in and you talk to them, and they can kind of help you with whatever you're going through and all these things. And I'm like, that sounds awesome. So we went, and they had you hold these like rods. So I had to hold these two rod things, and then they like asked you questions, and then like it measured some scale of like how connected you were versus not connected, right?
Right.
It sounds so great, and that part's free. But then they were like, well, to do the next class, it's this amount of money, and then you learn this, and then you learn this, and then you kind of go up in tiers. And we were all interested, so I took all the information home with me, and I looked it up, and it turned out it was the Church of Scientology. So yeah, I'm going to read about cults because I'm very susceptible to cults, apparently. I got to stay on my toes, Tex.
Damn, you almost joined that?
Yeah, well, like, it's people who are usually really obsessed with, like, community that it happens to, like, that sense of community, because it's a great feeling to find, like, your people, you know what I mean? Like, it's a good thing. But
Right.
that's what they exploit, and they usually exploit very, very broken people. It's like MLMs, right? So like MLMs that target chronic illness people, a lot of them do that. Like It Works did it, and Ketones did it,
And your gubernatorial candidate.
Yeah, and then one of the gubernatorial candidates here in Michigan, Garrett, like he tried doing it, but they'll kind of, oh, we can make you feel better. This can make you feel better. It's natural. It's from the earth. It's this. You can heal yourself. And I'm not saying that you can't heal yourself, and I'm not talking shit on people, because like I do all the weird stuff too, right? Like I do all the weird hippie shit to try to heal myself from within as well. But at the end of the day, like, as much as we hate doctors and as much as we hate big pharma, there are still people in that field that give a shit. And
Right.
there are certain conditions that you cannot heal naturally. I said what I said. And when you exploit those people, it just makes it gross. And that's why I think MLMs are a lot like, they're kind of culty as well.
I can see that.
Mm-hmm. I got you to talk about cults for like 10 minutes.
I really just listened.
Yeah. It's because you took a Jimmy Jones before you came on the show.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Mm-hmm. Can you start a cult if you hate all people? Yeah, I feel like you would be a lot more successful with cult leading if you hated people. TikTok sucks, Jerry. It just does. But we're all addicted to it now. So we're just going to suck it up and deal with it. Because none of us really leave. TikTok's kind of a cult.
No, everybody that says that they're going to leave, they don't leave.
I just wish that like it was a little bit like it was like a year ago.
Yeah. Well, a little bit before a year ago.
No, even a year ago I would take. Even a year ago I would take. Like where people were still losing their accounts here and there because
Where you were going to court. Yeah, I know.
Yeah. I should do a tell-all about that. Like just a whole tell-all where like I read the whole court documents, the transcripts, the ruling, the police reports. Maybe not though. I have to see if there's a want.
No, Jason. Oh yeah.
Fix the tax.
Yeah. Yes, Jason, I'll be fixing that.
Yeah.
No.
So how many more days, conservative Michigander? How many more days?
Who?
You, Mish. When are you coming?
I don't know who you're talking about.
How many more days, Tex?
Huh?
So look, I know that you got like 9-10 days, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I get that like you went and found yourself like a little fiance and like, yay. And I love Daners. But how many days until I get to see you once you come to Michigan? Do I have to wait until the 3rd to help you move?
Well, I'll be like rolling into town late the 2nd.
Okay. Because I guess that the older child whose birthday it is that week, like doesn't really, my babe doesn't really want to do anything big. So I'm not sure.
Okay.
Anyways, I'm not sure, but I want to see you as soon as you come.
Absolutely, we will.
For this podcast. I apologize, guys. It's just like a live now.
Yeah.
For why though? I thought that she didn't want to talk about me anymore. Where's my money? Where's the fight? Michigan J-Ro. You need to go follow her and then tell her that you want your $500 because apparently she wouldn't give it to me.
Who?
Jazz. I guess she's mad that we went private or some shit.
Aw, that's cute.
Oh my God. And we're still running with I got a message today like, hey, did you dox a cop? And I'm like, I'm sorry, what? Well,
You did not.
Didn't you turn over a cop to Antifa? And I'm like, do I look or act or what part of my overall self ever gave you the, and how does one get a hold of Antifa? Is there an 800 number? Is there a website?
I wouldn't know.
I wouldn't know either. But apparently I did this. However, I've already provided, and I explained this to this person, I provided beyond documentation that whole entire thing is a lie that she said, a 100% a lie. About text the events over the way, because she has nothing else to talk about. It is what it is. Dana doesn't go live very often. You should be going.
She will.
Yeah, now that you're going to be there, that poor girl's going to have to go live so much. I feel bad for her. Poor Dana. You can come over here, Daners. You can run away from Tex over here. I forgot to call Dana the other day. I'm a bad friend. I wanted to set up an appointment with at David's for her, for me to go.
Oh, yeah.
To go dress shopping. and have drinks and brunch. Isn't that what girls do when they go dress shopping?
I don't know.
Supposed to do brunch with like mimosas and get pedicures or nails done or something. I'm not sure how to properly behave, but like I'm the best man, so that's not really in my wheelhouse. But I'll make it work.
I don't know how it works either.
Okay, Jimmy Jones. On eBay, how do we girl? I don't know really how to girl very much. Amber, are you excited for the event? It does taste like pickle, Angie. It's very good. It's very good. We should talk about the event a little bit, though,
Okay,
Mr.
let's do
Jones.
it. Yeah.
So, when is the event, Tex?
July 30th.
And what are we doing?
A rally at Michigan Capitol.
Good job. Good job. I'm still waiting on colors to
In
get
Lansing.
it, but the plan is a like semi-tux type thing that I'm working on right now. We'll see how it all goes together. So yeah, July 30th.
30th. There you go. You got it.
And I believe that the time frame that we're looking at now is we got pickle beer. I believe the time frame now is 2 to 5.
Okay.
Because I need to nap. Because people are coming.
People are coming.
And they're gonna be
And Kat, what are we rallying for?
we are rallying for the vote because our primary elections are August 2nd or 3rd. I'd have to go and triple check. I know, Amber. So we are going to do a rally at the Michigan State Capitol. And we have, who do we all have now? So I think for speaker, I'm trying to think of who we all have now. So for speakers, we have you, Aunt Blue Collar Ben, Ryan Kelly,
you,
Mike Detmer as well, who's out here in Michigan. I also reached out to Steven, who we did the event for, the last Michigan event.
What about you? What about you?
Me?
Speaking.
I don't know. I need all you guys to speak for sure.
You did last time.
I'm going to speak.
I say we do like we did last time, where you speak right before the candidates as the Michigan official resident.
Michigan speaker of Michigan. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see.
I think you should.
Yeah, I probably will. I'm just fucking with you.
Who thinks Kat should speak? Let's see what the comments say.
Yeah, like I don't know. The last one I was disappointed in myself, so I feel like I need to again. Like I tried to do like a rehearsed one last time and I can't. No, if it was that I would have to chug all of it like in 5 seconds if it was.
Yep, they're cheering you on.
No, I probably will. I just don't want to do a rehearsed one like last time. It drove me nuts to keep looking at my phone. So I'll probably do like an off the rip one more than likely. Okay. Yeah, I will. Okay. So yeah. So I'll
Peer pressure.
And then so we'll all be there and then we're gonna go out afterwards, which we're gonna open up and invite everybody. I thought about picking a spot in Lansing for us all to go afterwards, but then at the same time, like I don't want to be that far away from where we all are.
Right.
Because it's far. It's not that far from me. It's about 45 minutes from me, which makes it like 2 hours from y'all. Because where you're moving is what, like an hour from me?
I don't know.
You don't remember? You don't remember how long it took you to get to my house from your house?
No.
Okay, I think it's about an hour, 50 minutes, something like that.
When you have great company in the car, time just flies. See?
But we'll do something. Like I'll find a spot that we can do. Yeah, Dana says it's an hour. because I don't want to put you guys like 2 hours from where you're going to hang out afterwards. But it is from 2 to 5, so it's not like we're gonna be out super duper late.
Right.
Yes, I want to go ahead and make this formal announcement that anybody that has made statements such as "I can't wait to meet Kat in real life," in a threatening manner, or "I'm going to go and box Kat at the Capitol," I wouldn't recommend that. If you've been to any of the events that I've spoken at or been at in Michigan, you should know that like the security that's usually at those events is mine. They are who I know, and they're always there. So I wouldn't really recommend doing that. It's not going to be a good vibe, and you're just ruining it for other people who are there to get the information that they need to vote. And just because you don't like me doesn't mean that that behavior is acceptable. It's acceptable on TikTok. It's not acceptable in real life. And you won't like the outcome of it if that's what you're going to do. No, they cannot. No one's sleeping on my couch. Well, actually they are, but not everyone. No, he's not. He's Jimmy Jones tonight. That's what he is. His eyes float. Yeah, your eyes are floating, Tux. Hey, conservative Viking.
Viking.
It's like a live tonight. We canceled our guest.
Yeah.
They don't ever actually come. I want to make that pretty clear. Like we've had threats before to events, and like Tex, you've been at the ones that we've had threats at, and nothing's ever happened at them. It would just be dumb. You look pathetic when you do things like that. Because if you're somebody who's on TikTok and claiming that like I'm a fake patriot or whatever the case may be, and then you come to an event where there's actual political things going on and ruin it, you're the fake, not me.
Oh, 100%.
If I was like a paid off person to go and do the things, at least I'm doing it. You're trying to ruin it.
Yep. And you're advocating for the same party that they're supposed to be a part of.
I was met Tex and Kat. Well, they always could. And part of the security sleeps in my bed. So we're good. Yeah. That's it, Tex. Hey, Tex, I heard you had a run-in with a conspiracy theorist today on TikTok.
Oh my gosh. That couldn't have been real. Please tell me. I gotta go inside.
That was very real. I actually saw several videos on that once they saw who was like giving the opinion or whatever. Like a lot of people went like absolutely nuts with it.
That's why I can't do it. It's pathetic.
She took her video down.
She better have. She looked dumb.
Juice. It's been a long week, Jason. All right. I don't do this very often. Leave me be. Is my husband watching? There's probably like a 7-minute delay.
But they look dumb because it literally said on there that he was just there to discuss.
Just got your No. Why are you being a pudge?
You know what I mean?
Do you want to talk? Do you need to talk about something?
Do you know what I mean?
Do I know what you mean about what?
Are you going to answer the question?
Yeah, I had to ask my husband for a beer. I just feel like we should apologize for like our whole ass vibe tonight. It's been a long week, you guys, and we're trying so hard to still. You got to hold the line, Tox. So the conspiracy that Tox saw was, was it the January 6th guy?
The January 6th cop.
Yeah. And the article that she put up was like, you don't think it's weird that this guy from January 6th was also he wasn't. And even the article behind her stated that he was just giving his personal opinion on it. That's it.
Yeah, I got the picture. Hang on. Because I'm like, this is why you can't do conspiracies.
And it literally says what? What does it say behind it? Like what
It says former DC officer Michael Fanone discusses talking about the Uvalde
Right,
School
wasn't
District.
saying that he was there. My husband just cut me off. He said two's enough.
Ooh, that's a hell of a bartender.
2 is enough.
Damn, you got told on national television. 2 is enough.
Calm down, inflated ego. It's fucking YouTube, and there's 30 people in here. National
That's
television.
national television. They're all over the nation.
Now it's gonna be all over TikTok tomorrow that I'm an alcoholic because I had 2 beers on a live.
It was pickle juice.
It is pickle juice, and it's grand. It's a grand old time. It's been a long week, Tex.
Yeah, it was a long weekend.
Does it make you not want to do it anymore?
What?
Let's just get real. Does it make you not want to be on TikTok anymore?
Sometimes.
I don't know. Like, I get the back and forth, and I love the back and forth. I do. I'm not even gonna.
Oh, I do too. I love arguing.
I think it's funny to, do what we do, but it's just kind of like when you do.
Everybody just has to, outdo everybody.
Right. It's the one up. The
to get
one up.
the shock value.
Well, you're a shock value content creator, though.
That's what they say.
That's what you say.
I didn't say it.
You did say it. So define to me.
No, their teams haven't been picked yet.
You like shock content, but I want you. I really do. I really do want you to explain like what you mean when you said that. Like when you were like, I enjoy shock content. Like to you, what is shock content? Because I think it gets really like misconstrued with people that you like drama content.
No, not drama content, but what I meant by like shock content is, for me, it's something that's the truth, but in a shocking manner, or at least an opinion of a truth,
right?
In a shocking manner. I mean, like my rape comment. I still believe that to this day. Is it shocking? Yeah, of course it is. Is it a truth that I see because of how rape is defined and everything? Yeah. What's the difference between that and the vaccine mandates?
Right. So for you with shock content, it's truth with a shocking firsthand statement that unsettles people to make them listen to hear the remainder.
And maybe engage in some conversations and get something going, to stir it up. And
so I feel like shock content creator has been twisted into like, I'm just going to make up random shit. And I'm just going to make up like this crazy freaking lie to get everybody upset when that's not what you were going with. I don't know. I hate that.
No, because I've done it, but I've done it plenty of times.
It does bother me when people say that about you. Like,
one of my first
content. He likes the lying drama videos, and I'm like, that's literally not what it means. It's quite literally not what shock content is at all.
Well, because I triggered the left way early on my very, very, very first account, and it was a shock value, and it did what it was, and it was that sound that everybody was doing at the time. I guess you'll never know.
Mm-hmm.
And so I pointed it up, and it was what did it say? Abortion. A baby aborted could have cured cancer or something like that.
Right.
I forget exactly what it was. And so that's when I learned to trigger the left is to turn comments off, because it was just the same comment after comment after comment after comment. And I'm like, and they're from faceless accounts and whatnot. So then I just turned it off, and then everybody started stitching it. And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm onto something. And I that was one of my most
friends with you is difficult though. Because then it's always like, Kat, how do you feel about what Tex said? That Tex is included in everyone. And I'm pretty sure that like people don't know our relationship off the app. Like when I do say shit like, yo, that wasn't a good vibe. Like that was not a good vibe. But I
Yeah.
also see where you're coming from. Dude, Mish's old school trolls were the best. I don't like it. I don't like Mish. It's not flowing right. Right.
I mean,
I like shock content. If shock content has truth to it, if the goal is to trigger you to listen, and then you get upset because of some you shit, I love that.
and the funny thing is like with the rape one, all the stitches were all like either personal stories of rape or anything like that. And then I had like Good Trouble come in into my live that day, and he wanted to talk about it, and I was like, "Is coercion rape?"
Mhm.
And he was like, well, "No, you can't go that route." And I was like, "Why?" If a boss approaches and he got off, because it does happen, and it is rape.
It does, and it is the same
Is it
thing.
an uncomfortable thing to say? Sure, it is. I get
Word,
it.
of course, like it's a triggering word. Like
Yeah,
rape is a triggering word, and I hate that now we're in this like vibe where like we got to call it grape. Like, what are we doing? Why are we talking to each other like 4-year-olds? Or like,
right.
why are we using
P3DO.
3DO? Like, you're making it sound like it's a character from Star Wars.
You got to say SA.
Pedophile. It's a pedophile and it's sexual assault. And these are words that adults are supposed to be able to use. And people can say all day long, well, it's a kid's app. It might have been, but it's not anymore. And it
Right.
hasn't been in a long time. So I feel like when we put these, like, when we try to censor our own words or even the phrase like unalived themselves, I don't like. I think it's offensive. I really, really do. I don't like that term. I don't like the way that it sounds. Because for me, suicide is a symptom of depression. You
Sure.
died from depression. You died from an illness. And there's no difference between somebody committing suicide to me and somebody dying of cancer. There just isn't. Like if you're that depressed and the chemicals in your brain are just going absolutely insane, and because it is a physical reaction, like we can do scans of people who have depression, we can do scans of people who have PTSD, and it shows up in these scans. They died from their disease, they died
Right.
from their illness, and that's horrible. But when we use, I just don't like some of the, when we try to like avoid triggering people, I think it becomes more offensive. And like trauma triggers, I understand that nobody wants to experience trauma triggers, and I have trauma triggers, but my triggers are my triggers. It's my responsibility to know what triggers me, what upsets me, and to take accountability for when it does it. Like the stitch that I did in the ER the other day, I was so mad at myself for that. Because while I do want to be more open about my health online and I do want to show that side, like we're going tomorrow for that really long test and I want to vlog the whole part of it. I even talked to the intake nurse today and was like, is it okay if I like film during this test? Because like I'm trying to do this. Like if you get triggered, that's your fault. That's
Right.
not my fault. It's just not. And I'm sorry that your trauma is your trauma, and it's very, very unfortunate. But at the same time, when you have to get triggered by your trauma, you're also forced to deal with your trauma, which is healthy.
Hmm.
Like you need to deal with that. You need to recognize that within yourself, and you need to ask yourself, like, why am I so mad because this person said this? Or why does it trigger me this bad that this happened, that I have to choose to react like this?
Right.
Why is it when somebody buys a book that I don't like, it's explainable to do what I did and address that and be like, oh, okay, that's why. And it's not that person's fault. It's my fault for not fixing my own bullshit.
Well,
Nobody
it's like
fix their own bullshit anymore.
well, it's like veterans that have PTSD, right? Like now that we're coming up to 4th of July coming up,
The fuck?
a lot of them get triggered by fireworks, right?
Yeah.
And so you have two different sides of the coin. You got some veterans that like despise it, don't want anybody to do it.
Yeah.
But then like I've got a buddy that it does trigger him, and him and I have gone away out of town
Yeah.
during while it's going on. Because and I asked him, I said, "Why do you do this?" And he's like, "I fought so that they could do this on 4th of July.
Right.
Why should I have it taken away just because something triggers me?"
Yep. It brings people together still. You know what I mean?
Yes.
It still brings community when we do that. So it's up to that person
Yep.
kind of like own that. No, Jamie, you're correct. But this is what I will say about that because we got 5 minutes left. So I'll address this a little bit because, like, I'm glad that it happened. I'm not even lying to you. I am so glad that they attacked my health. It sounds crazy. I found, and you can ask Tex, I got knocked over to an algorithm that I had been desperately looking for years and years and years, because I don't get the hashtags. I don't know how to look that stuff up. But it's kind of forced me to accept this part of me. And I have a lot of anxiety issues because I don't accept my health the way that I should accept my health. And I deny a lot of the things that are wrong with me. And that's why I don't want to put it on the internet, because I'm like, oh, if I put it on the internet, everyone's going to think I'm looking for sympathy. Everyone's going to think this. And I'm so worried about what other people think that I'm not making that content. And now I've kind of been forced to make that content. But now I've found my people. Like, I have found this amazing group of people who have what I have, and they're funny about it, and they laugh about it like I do, and they have a really dark sense of humor like I do with it.
Right.
So, like, yeah, it sucked to go through, but at the same time, I found that area. I don't know, maybe
then, like,
Chuck. Have you ever seen the movie Good Luck, Chuck?
no.
It's got Dane Cook in it, and like every time that he sleeps with a girl and like likes her, she winds up breaking up with him and like falling in love with the man of her dreams. Every girl, and like gets married right afterwards, but no one ever chooses him. I feel like that's how Voldemort is. Like, once he doxes you, like, you just find your true purpose.
I can't with you.
We're all growing together. Social media is fucked up. Why did we get on social media? Like, why did that even sound like a good idea?
Because the government locked us down and we allowed them to.
Fuck.
Yeah.
I used to just like go to work and like hang out with old people and like help them.
See, I didn't even join TikTok until like late in the pandemic. My kids kept trying to get me on it, and I'm like, oh, this stuff's retarded, because then they kept singing the damn TikTok songs.
Whoa.
What? What? What?
Nothing, I guess. If the awkward silence wasn't enough for you, I guess I don't know what else is.
I guess I said something wrong.
Yes. So this is a problem that commonly happens with our generation of people, is that word was used very commonly.
What word?
To say things, and a lot of times we don't even realize when we drop the word. But we should collectively work on not dropping the R word. Like, come on, why is it that hard?
Oh, did I drop?
Yeah, but like, here's
Like you said, like I grew up with that word.
I do get it. Like, I'm not as like anal as a lot of people are, but like, I have to remind you. I think of you gentle reminders, because.
But I've never been one to even attack anybody that used that word.
No, but you also
shouldn't. No, but I'm not one to attack for that.
Huh? It happens sometimes, so I'll give you mercy. But I'm probably gonna make a TikTok video about you in a little bit.
You probably should.
And I'm probably gonna dox you and your whole family. Now, saying that, apparently, because I said that to you, now you should go and do it first.
Okay. Here, I'll just do it right now.
Holly.
Oh yeah.
How you doing? I'm actually using my whole name on the flyer this year.
Oh, look at you!
It's just gonna be my name. Because, like, what are you gonna do with my name? And my name is cool. It's a really cool last name. The only thing that sucks about it, though, is like when you look it up.
When you know how to pronounce it, it's a really cool name.
if it's got my last name attached to it, it's my family, just because we're like first generation American. But a lot of it's actually really cool if you research my last name. We have like a whole center built in Ohio at a college. Yep. Very, very awesome construction company out of there that came over here to America.
Well, there's the
Hey,
homework
we're at
assignment for the
did it. We did an
homework,
awkward 1 hour podcast.
and we got a homework assignment now of researching Kilcawley.
I love that you can pronounce it right though. That's
Yeah,
good. That's good.
I know
You
how.
struggle.
Yeah, it's not that all that difficult when you look at it. It's not all. I mean, I get some of us aren't very bright and can't pronounce things.
Yeah, it happens. Also,
does.
I want to thank everybody that actually stayed in here the entire hour during our awkward podcast tonight. It's been a
Very
really
awkward.
weird week, but we still wanted to be here with you guys.
Yeah,
When are you going public again?
I don't know yet.
I don't know either.
It might be a while.
I might go public tonight. I've had a couple pickles.
It'll probably be a couple. What?
I'm feeling a little
I'm
feisty.
thinking maybe a week. Maybe I don't know. We'll see.
We should go live on TikTok after this publicly. Cause a shitstorm and then go private again and go to bed.
I might do that.
You wanna?
Maybe.
Call me when you get.
Okay.
Okay, guys, it was a great. I really appreciate. Can we not save this episode?